Hello students, today we're going to learn about credit reports. In credit report we have you have credit history, and credit history is a record of financial performance. The credit history is reflected in a credit report, which is a summary of your financial history, including whether payments are made on time, how much debt a person has, and whether or not the person has a history of repaying his or her debt. This report is requested by a lender or someone who loans money, or a borrower or someone who borrows money. Now we have two types of credit. We have the positive credit history, which is reflecting a high score and a high credit score, or we have the negative credit history, which is reflected in a low credit score. So they give you scores, and usually the scores run from 350. That will be the lowest score to 850. That will be the highest score. I'm sorry, it's 300 the lowest score, and 850 will be the highest score. So let's see some examples here, and this is example number one. The table shows some of the actions taken by three different borrowers. Explain how these actions affect each person's credit score. So we're gonna check out the first person, Chang, and Chang made all car payments on time. The second person is Wilson, and Wilson missed at least 6 car payments. And the next person is Ren, did not make the last two payments on a loan. So let's see how this affects their credit. It says making all car payments on time will raise Chang's credit score, but then not making 2 payments in a row will lower Ren's credit score, and missing the last 6 payments will lower Wilson's credit score. So making payments on time, it will higher your credit score, or not making payments will lower your credit score. So every time you miss a payment, it will lower your credit score. So once again, let's see these examples. So identify the two borrowers most likely to be offered a loan. If the decision was solely based on their credit score, justify your answer. But they mean that just based on your credit score is because sometimes they lend you money because you have a steady job and things like that. But this one, we're just gonna look at their score. So we have Blake with 730. We had Evans with 760. We have Audrey with 820, and we have Keith with 800. So at this point, it says Audrey and Keith will most likely to be offered a loan because they have the two highest credit scores. So these two, they have the highest scores with 800s, and these are in the 700s. So if these four apply at the same time, these two they're more likely to get the loan than the other two. So we're going to continue practicing. This is our exercise, and it says identify the two borrowers least likely, important, to be offered a loan if the decision was solely based on their credit scores. Justify your answer. So once again, if we look at their score, Gil 720, Lamb 790, Hanks 700, and Gentry 800. So out of these four is the least likely to be offered a loan. So we need to look at the lowest score. So 700 is the lowest. So this person and Gil has a 720. Those are the two lowest. So right here, how do we justify? Gil and Hanks are least likely to be offered a loan according to their credit scores. So the lower your credit score, the least likely for you to get that loan. Then the next question is how many years does a negative credit action stay on a credit report? So it will stay at least for 7 years. At least 7 years it will stay on your credit score. And last but not least, how does paying off a loan early affect Johnson's credit score? Well, paying off a loan early will help Mr. Johnson by raising his credit score. So since he's paying on time and it's paying in early, your credit score can get it will increase. So that's the lesson for today. I hope if you have any questions, please let me know and make sure you answer the following questions. You just need to identify credit scores and see who is most likely to get a loan according to uh, most likely to get a loan or most likely not to get a loan. So make sure you answer. And when you finish, go back and to Google Classroom and submit your answers on the Google form. So if you have any questions, please let me know.